Hi, everybody. This is Rev Lorena, the Old Sage from Celestial Time, and I'm here with you today. I'm going to do a reading on current events and what's going on, mostly with the war in Iran. And oh God, when will this be over? I understand the 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 larger significance of it and why it's there, but I am hoping that we can expand more and come into the light energy so that we don't have to eradicate the darkness. And darkness isn't about a people, it isn't about a person, it's about an ideology. I'm going to have a drink of my ginger ale because I get raspily, scratchy throat here. And I want you to understand that, you know, no matter what you think about politics or the war or not the war, it was necessary not to have that dark energy that didn't value human life in any particular way, shoot its people, believe that it has to create the end of the world for its ideology of Armageddon so that its God can come back to it. It's just stinking thinking gone wild. It's the extreme. And we're going to see a lot of extremes at this time because we are ascending. We are going faster. We are purging as far as light energy is concerned. Remember that. Remember, this is all just to shake out all the leftover bad and to bring in something new. It doesn't matter whether you are Democrat or Republican, white, black, pink, or purple. We are all in the human species. We're human beings. And although some days I think the human experiment has gone woefully wrong, I still realize that we are part of infinite spirit itself. However we got there, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether Anunnaki seeded us, and so therefore we're part of them, i.e. part of expanded godliness. We're part of life force. They are too. We are alive, therefore we are I am that I am. Okay. And being aware spirits, we have the ability to choose. And you can choose peace and not demonstrate against war. Because the more you see peace, the more peace has a chance to prevail. And there's so much focus now on all of it. And, it is affecting our economy. And I won't say reality because we're all creating our own. But the overall climate here of the United States is, God, we're over it. At least most of us are. I don't, I'm very peaceful. I'm not a war type person. I don't like to see people hurt or killed. But on the same token, I know that we're all spirit inhabiting a human body, and being killed is not the end of everything. So whatever you're dying for in your ideology, I hope you find your peace. But on the same token, I would like to see peace prevail upon the planet. And it may in my lifetime. I feel like these are times where we are advancing. We are getting, our vibration is going higher, and the negative is being taken out and looked at. So don't try not to be on one side or the other, because that only feeds if you're on one side or the other of war, then you're on the war side. If you're peaceful, if you can sit back on your eagle's perch and look at it and go, oh, this is a time of purging, sometimes diarrhea, but this is a time of purging, and see us getting past it as quickly as we can and with as much grace as possible. That would be it. I also think it's a time of disclosure more. I know that our brothers and sisters in space have shut down our silos before, so I'm not afraid we're going to have nuclear war. But I am saddened that we've got to go through so much conflict about ideologies that well, they don't make sense. Some of our ideologies don't make sense either. But who we are is infinite spirit having a human experience, that makes sense to me. And I'm hoping that all of us can see past this time of division and move into a more light energy. Who doesn't want to save the whales and save the seals and take care of the planet and not rape it, not pollute it? Everybody wants that on one level or another. Some people don't care. And maybe there's an energy out there that really does want to harm the planet. I don't know. You don't know. But only thing we can do about it is see the planet and ourself as whole, perfect, and complete, okay, and work towards that, okay. But today I'm going to do I'm going to do a reading about current events and say the next, how about 6 weeks? I don't want to go out too far. I'll go about 6 weeks. I've got 3 cards here, 3 set piles of cards. I shuffled them prior to this, and now I'm going to pick 1, 2, or 3. Which one do I want to pick? I want to pick this one. Okay. And let's see. Let's take up the pulse of current affairs right now and where we're going within the next 4 to 6 weeks. The Hierophant is upside down, and materialism. Well, there you go. Okay. Materialism is the devil. And it's not the devil like, oh, the guy with a pitchfork. It's the devil in trying to maintain the status quo, trying to, in a way, I just heard capitalism. Capitalism nor communism is the answer. A free and open society is the answer, where people govern themselves is the answer. But everything seems to have gotten terribly entangled, and certainly none of it's fair. And what we're seeing in the world with all of the fraud and everything is, even when we have the best intentions, people that don't, they take care of themselves and the heck with the rest of the people. I hope there's no more people born like that, honestly. I hope not. I'm just, I've kind of had it with that. I'm one of the most compassionate people you'll ever meet, on the one hand. But on the other hand, I know that there's a certain point where you can't keep giving, you can't keep trusting. You just have to walk away. You don't have to defend. You just have to walk away from energies that you don't like. I did a little workshop, not a little workshop, I'm working on a workshop. I did a little thing this morning on the monks and the roaches. You ought to take a look at that, because the monks had to end up killing the roaches, even though they didn't believe in any kind of violence or any kind of killing. It was either them or the roaches, because the roaches had infested the lay house, and it was to the point they couldn't cook in the kitchen, they couldn't keep the kitchen open. The health inspectors wouldn't allow it anyway, but you're trying to cook macaroni and swat the roaches out of it. It doesn't work very well. So they had to determine that even though roaches had a place on the planet, the place wasn't in their kitchen, and they ended up hiring somebody to take care of the roach problem in the lay house. It hurt them. They were remorse. They offered prayers to the roach population, but the roaches weren't in the right spot, unless we weren't in the right spot, and we're all supposed to be able to inhabit this earth. So that's the lesson about the roaches, and that lesson applies very much to where we're at right now. We might not want to be at war, but we also don't want some crazy people that are just bent on destruction and evil to annihilate the world and half its population, so that it can prove itself right and it can be martyred and go into wherever they're going. Not all the people that believe in Islam and the Islamic traditions are like that, just a few, but it only takes a handful of people to create, one bad apple spoils the whole basket. Okay. So let's hope we're getting the apples out. That's where I'm at as far as, and I want it to be done. I want it to be done quickly. So that's my slant going into this. And what I see about it, the Hierophant is upside down. So, they're brandishing their religion, but they're not really into it. Upside down Hierophant, they just want to be right. When the Hierophant is upside down, it's the Pope. So the Catholic Church has gone to extremes. It's gone beyond what it needs to be, or the Islamic whatever, the ideology. Hierophant has got a lot of ideology in it, and the Hierophant is about wanting things to be right and correct, but thinking, especially with it upside down, that your way is the right way and no other way is it. And materialism is there, so the devil is there wanting to keep people in chains, literally. See the chains? Wanting to keep people talking the way they want to talk, censoring. The finances are going to, keeping people enslaved to the dollar or the whatever denomination, but trying to keep people working in the mill, working in the line. That's actually the devil card, and the devil is about trying to keep the master part of the population in control, okay, and keep them working and never succeeding. Down here in the basement, the Eight of Cups is upside down. So the Eight of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Well, we tried to get out of it, but we didn't get out of it. We're right back in it. We may see another hill, something else we'd like to do, but we can't take it because we have a sense of responsibility sometimes that's aggrandized, but I also believe that our sense of responsibility is deeper. There's more sticks there than what we understand that they're trying to carry, okay? There's a sense of responsibility that goes well far beyond what needs to happen, and we do need help, okay, where we should have help. We shouldn't be doing this all by ourselves, but we're dragged back in. The King of Pentacles is the male energy that is the businessman. He's very good at business. He's very good at what he does, and he is right now at a choice point. Either way that he chooses, he will be successful because he's the king right side up. That's probably President Trump. But he can keep things the way they are, and he can make the world, or he can take on a different path or a new opportunity that's coming his way. And I suspect that that's happening almost as we speak. He's trying to decide which direction to take all of this. Now, here we got the Fool and the King of Wands. King of Wands is masculine energy that just likes drama. They like fire. They like to show their masculinity, show their power, and the Fool is there, so they'll take chances. They'll step off a cliff. The King of Wands also expects to win and expects to be right. I feel like that is one of the directions that President Trump can go. He can just take the leap and just go for it and be the fiery, masculine, dominant king. That is one of his choices. The other one is the Five of Pentacles, which is seeking help, looking for help, giving advice, listening to your heart, listening to the emotional side of things. I feel like President Trump came into this life even to be the great disruptor. It's his path. It's his place in life to do exactly what he's doing. Whether he succeeds, whether he doesn't, he'll succeed no matter what, because success isn't determined by what he thinks it is. He will succeed at this life, and his path has been determined, kind of. He really just needs to get in touch with the emotional side of himself, what he feels to be true, and also the finances and the economy and stuff like that. For right now, oh man, it's going to be a little tough for a while, obviously. And the moon, they're not really knowing. Just like myself here, I'm willing to put up with a little less funds and money to make the world a better place. But I'm sure on the other hand, there's a lot of people that are really in dire situation right now, and my heart, the moon, wants to help them. Okay. It's also helping. I just got a hit here. This might be the immigration situation is coming more to the fore, and helping people and allowing people to just run over. There's a difference between codependence and actual charity. And codependence is what we've had before, where we're going to help you, but we're going to get something out of it, and one way or the other. And we can help people without. If we really were able to help people with the money that we give to charity, instead of giving it to people that are defrauding the charities and stuff like that, then this whole world would be a better place. And perhaps we're going to see some of that, some help going to the population, to the people. Okay, well, that's nice, but it really didn't tell me. It told me what was. Let me see where we're going. Let me put these to the side. Transformation, letting go of the past, moving on, moving past. The Three of Wands is there. There's a new opportunity. This one over here in the beginning, okay, this first one is now taken. This new opportunity, new direction is taking. And transformation or transition is letting go of the past, letting go of the problems, moving away, moving beyond. And it's not about forgiveness or, this is all right. It's we need to actually forgive, but the forgiveness isn't there. It's just the legalities of things and balance of things are going to be weighed strongly, and it looks like we're coming back to some sanity and some peace in the next, say, 4 months or 4 weeks. Well, maybe months is right, because that was nothing is by chance in a reading. We're in a place of strength. There are a few that just want to wield the fire and keep things going, but the Queen of Cups, the love and the compassion, will win out. That almost reminds me of Melania. Okay, she is the voice of compassion, I'm sure, in that White House, whether you realize it or not. And she wants peace. I know she does. Okay, ultimately, victory. The victory card is there. But it's not going to be, obviously, through words and diplomacy. It's going to be through the sword, but it's going to be through strength, but common sense strength, too. The Queen of Swords, she's a tough nut. She's tough. She doesn't mess around. And it's not a she or a he in any of this. It's just masculine and feminine energy. But we've got two queens, so we've got the feminine energy coming in. These, the Queen of Swords says these are the rules. Follow them. You don't follow them. This is, I call this the nun in Catholic school. You're going to get it right, or you're going to get it right. Or your knuckles are going to hurt, and you're still going to get it right. So that is going to. It looks like the two queens are coming in. Victory is there. It is through, I want to say, not so much talk, maybe some more quiet, we're doing what we're going to do. Like over here, we're taking care of people. Maybe we're taking care of the Strait too, but we're taking care of people. But to me, it kind of looks like we're going to take the choice where we don't we do what we got to do and we get out of there. We're not everybody's savior, and we've got a new approach and new ideas, a new way of looking at things. There's going to temperance, there's going to be peace, 8 weeks, or possibly that 4 months that I said. And then there's a 7. Yes, there's chaos. Yes, there'll be a lot of to and fro and ideas and all kinds of things coming in and out. But kind of looks to me like it doesn't drag out too much longer. It looks like there's a choice being made to move away, move out of it some. And it's not about forgive and forget. It's about release, let go, So I hope I'm right. I would like to see us out of this hot mess by the 1st of September. Okay, astrologically, we got a lot going on. President Trump has got a lot in his chart that is kind of ominous, actually. But then when we look at his life and the way things are going right now, we can see ominous pretty easily. You don't need tarot cards to see ominous with it. But we also, he has the chance to be the paper tiger, so to speak, and I don't think he's going to take it. I don't think he is. I think he's going to be, always has been, the businessman. So I think he's going to business his way out. He's probably going to own what he needs to own and financially, instead of with too many more bombs. I don't think we need too many more bombs. It's sad, but it's true. Back to my analogy in the beginning, we're going to have to do something about the Roches in the lay house. That doesn't mean we can't pray for them and wish them the best in some other environment. Okay? Thank you so much for your time and energy, and I'll see you on the flip-flop. Okay? We'll see you again. You have a great day. Bye-bye.